the most recent changes that we've seen to the quarantines is what's called a modified quarantine. Basically what a modified quarantine is you can stay at school if you were around a positive case with a mask on. Okay, so the positive case has to be masked, and then you have to be masked. And so if that is the case, you are allowed to stay at school. Another difficult part of that is you also have to quarantine at lunch. Okay, so you cannot be around other students at times when they have their mask down. The still frustrating part, you know, for high school students is that you have to quarantine after school. So, you know, clubs and activities and sports and things like that that are happening after school, unfortunately those, you know, you are still restricted from. And so kind of the other big change that just happened is that quarantines have been reduced down to 10 days now. So that's going to help students as well. You know, the overwhelming benefit to that is that you get to stay in school. You get to be in your classes and you don't have to attend virtually.
School has been changed a lot since the whole coronavirus, but coronavirus itself hasn't changed very much since the start of school year, because it's we're just now starting to learn lots of things about it, so not much has changed, but the school really has changed. A lot of kids are going online, and sports has changed, and everything just throughout the whole school has changed due to this crazy pandemic we're going through.
The school has done a lot to prevent a corona outbreak by social distancing kids with a seating chart in classes to help with contact tracing, and requiring face masks at all times, and splitting up the lunchroom. Some of us have to eat in the lobby, some of us has to eat in the cafeteria.
On December 3rd, the Fairgroves FBLA Club will be partnering with the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks. Students are encouraged to donate. After donating, students will receive a free t-shirt.
So our FBLA and DECA chapter both partner with the CBCO, and we host 2 blood drives during the school year. We host one during the spring and we host one in the winter time. And so when we host a blood drive, our blood that we collect here actually stays local, unlike if you donate to the Red Cross. So we're really proud to partner with CBCO. And so the FBLA literally coordinates everything from the setup to when you come down here, getting you from one section to the next, and then comfort, and basically just help you through the whole process. And so we're really proud. This year was actually one of our biggest blood drives that we've had so far.
So why do we decide to do this blood drive? Well, we like to go to our high schools in the community. They provide a great donor base that we have. Students are usually very willing to donate. They get out of class, they get a shirt. It's something that they can do that doesn't cost them any money. It just costs them an hour of their time. And most everybody has been affected by being a blood recipient. They've had grandparents, aunts, and uncles. They're an easy group to motivate, and we get leadership classes and STUCOs and FBLA, DECA type groups that like to use this as a community service for their organization. So one of the most difficult things we have to deal with when it comes to blood drives at schools is the coordination of working with the administration and the faculty staff to get kids in and out of the blood drive as quickly as possible so they don't lose classroom time. We try to do that in less than an hour if possible, but if schedules not followed and people just show up, sometimes we can get behind on that. So just working with the classes, working with teacher administration, make sure that we provide this service without being too much of an interruption for the day of the classes.
So why I chose to donate was I wanted to, good cause, get out of class, you know, and what preparations I did, I didn't. I just came here, did it, got it done.
With the winter sports season rolling in and the high school basketball seasons coming into play, the boys team is starting to get into the game. The boys basketball team played in their jamboree on November 17th in Marshfield, kicking off the season. We can watch the team grow this season, but let's see what the team themselves thinks.
Practices have been good. We're still learning There's a lot of new stuff that we're trying to do and get involved in. Like I said, we got a good group of kids. Basketball IQ is high. So once we get all that down and we start to mesh well on the floor, I think that'll take us pretty far at the end of the year.
I would like to go into districts with a winning record and see what we can do from there.
Right now, I feel like we are all just in the beginning how we should be. We're working together, we're learning things, we're figuring out each other's play style and knowing what to do with each person, and I think that's going to help us towards the end of the season.
I think our chemistry with this group is pretty good. They played JV together. They've all been together for the most part at a young age coming into now. So that's going to help. That relationship that they already have, that connection on the court that they already have, will be a big part of the success that we have throughout the season.
What I hope to get out of this season is definitely like the chemistry working out going into our district and going back to the district championship, because that was an amazing experience.
Students should join this class because it gives you a chance to work with music in a way without having to know how to play an instrument or sing or anything like that. It's all online, and it gives you some pretty cool stuff that you can actually like play for your friends and your family. Music Tech is where we learn how to incorporate music in a technology world, like mixing beats and putting music to videos and video games and just stuff like that.
In Music Tech, we make different types of music. We've made for video games, movies. We recently also made a podcast with overlays for sound effects. We work with different drum beats, pianos, different instruments, along with different time signatures. And it's kind of just a way for us to experiment on what we do with music and how we can work with it. Class is fun because it allows me to be really creative with the way I make my music. Also, obviously there are some guidelines I have to follow, but it allows me to learn new things, and it's also fun because of the classmates. We're a goofy group, but we get our work done and we have fun with what we do.